dangerous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah.
Okay, Coach, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Atlanta Falcons. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Yellow lady, over.
Check three.
Hey, easy.
45. Mike, 45.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And from the 25, they worked this to the 29, a gain of 4. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 29, Breeze. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Vic Beasley, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Go! Mike.
Hey, foxtrot.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Break.
56 is the Mike.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Watch the safety creep.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
Freeman again, a first down carry. Demario Davis there on the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
General West.
Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Stick looks to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. This is Quadri Allison, the rookie from Pitt. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
Set 18, Gator.
Let's pick it up. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
A shotgun throw for Stick. And that will be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Now Breeze. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons push further out in front.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw, it's Breeze. Now Breeze lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. Look at the big man rumble. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Kamara. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
Kill.
Now Breeze on third down. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
I'm coming after you.
They'll throw on 2nd down his stick. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And 4 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Mike, 27. All right, T, let's go. All right, T.
Hey, wahoo!
Step with the mic, boss. Step with the mic. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Kill.
Stick from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now it's Ginn. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
You don't
down.
want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Allen Bailey able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now Breeze. And his throw here's incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. But now it'll be 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
no, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Vic Beasley in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Stick looking to throw on 1st and 10. Man open. That's Calvin Ridley. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Hey, Charlie.
Looking to throw again on second down. Stick. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Trey Hendrickson. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
8 read. Go.
Tight right. We got three, fellas. We got three.
Ready?
On third down, it's Stick. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Apart from Kyler Murray, not too many mobile QBs in this year's rookie class, but some good scrambling there to get the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Stick looking to throw. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First down. 15.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Easton Stick, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense. I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Being chased, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Breeze now to throw. And he's going to go down again. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Go.
Mike is 15
Shotgun now for Breeze. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Let's go.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Mike 56.
Hey, Delta.
56.
And ready. Go out. Now.
On 2nd and 10, it's Stick. Steps away to his left. And he will find Ridley on the left side. 16 yards, a first down.
Calvin Ridley more than justified his first-round selection in 2018. 64 catches as a rookie and found the end zone 10 times. Did a nice job getting open right there and picking up a first down.
Set, ready. 10 Lobo.
Right there.
Fight.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Look. Squeeze.
Go.
Let's go.
1st and 10, Stick. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Come on, set. HG Gator.
Watch the run.
Hey, exit.
Watch the run. 56 to Mike.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stick looking in zone for Jones. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
On the ready.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Caught on the right side by Jones. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. 80 weapon.
From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's Matt Bosher now. as he'll kick it away for the second time.
The Saints take over.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
12-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Check. 5-1. Fresno. Buzz.
They run it again with Kamara. Runs through the contact. And another tackle broken. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Throwing now is Breeze. And Josh Hill has it. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing again on second down. Breeze gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards there and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of 2 there. Second down. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? Because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The third down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
X3, 218, chop it.
He's checking.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Ito Smith, his first carry. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
60 Pittsburgh.
No chance.
The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. They run, Devontae Freeman. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. Here's Stick on 1st and 10. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a 1st down for the Falcons.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Watch the screen.
Stick looks to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. 23 yards, the final tally. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Freeman again. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down.
Switch.
Go on.
Hey, turn it out.
Ready?
A shotgun throw for Stick. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away.
Let's go. Do it.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Again, it's Kamara. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
On third down, here's Kamara. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They'll keep it on the ground. Freeman. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy?
And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They come up in an offset eye. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Kiko Alonso. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. The Falcons on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Check Mike 47. Check Mike.
Here's Stick, 3rd and long.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal.
Go.
On 4th down, here's Stick. And it is incomplete. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Atlanta, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Saints, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs.